One of the most common questions I get is if I will ever teach Aikido again. Well, today the answer is yes. It all started about a few weeks ago when Jesse Ankam, aka the Karate Nerd, asked me if I would teach functional Aikido at his yearly Karate Nerd Experience seminar. The Karate Nerd Experience is a seminar for martial arts enthusiasts which takes place in a different country each year. This year, it's happening in Poland at a Japanese-themed village, and that's where Jesse invited me to teach. At the beginning, I was hesitant because I wasn't sure if I will be able to pull it off. Yet here I am at the airport, waiting for my flight to Warsaw, Poland. I still don't know how my functional Aikido seminar will go, but I did my utmost best to prepare for it. After I left Aikido and started training combat sports, at the beginning I was hesitant to try to make my Aikido functional by applying it to other martial arts. I didn't want to be that guy who, instead of learning a new practice, tries to force his old practice instead. After a few years of training functional martial arts though, I finally started to feel comfortable enough to try adding my own Aikido moves and to give a shot at making them work. I asked various people for help, including those who have already went through the journey of making their Aikido functional, and other people who had a good grasp on how to make things work. While I am still new to this journey, I finally felt that I have some valuable discoveries to share. After an hour-long flight, I'm here in Warsaw, and I'm waiting for my car ride, which will take me to the Japanese village where the seminar will take place. As I'm sitting here thinking about the seminar, I can't stop from just thinking about the days when I still used to be an Aikido instructor. When I think about it, in one way, those were the best days and the worst days of my life. On one hand, I was living a dream. I gathered a community of incredible people that we shared an experience with. On the other hand, I felt abandoned by some of my students, betrayed by my Aikido instructor, and in a way I felt disillusioned with the practice, which essentially was a huge part of my identity and my life. A lot of people ask me if I regret having studied Aikido for so many years and not having learned practical martial arts. Part of me does want to regret, part of me does want to think, oh my god, if I would have spent all those years training for, say, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I would be a black belt by now. But when I think about it more, if I would have studied a functional martial art from the get-go, I would have probably been just another student and at best, just another regular black belt. But having experienced the highs and lows of Aikido, I can now share what I learned from the failures and successes. In a way, becoming disillusioned with Aikido has become my superpower, which has given me an incredible opportunity to share this experience and this journey with you. My ride eventually arrived, and after a couple of hours in a car, I was finally at Dojo Staravias. So, I arrived at the Japanese village, and it's a really cool place. I already met with Jesse, we had a good talk, and now I'm already settled in my room, which is, as promised, an authentic Japanese room. So today I'm not teaching yet, so I have some time to prepare and think things through. And tomorrow morning we will be going onto the mat and we will see how my functional Aikido class will go. So let's see what happens. So it's 6:30 a.m. and I'm heading to the training area, which is going to be by the lake. I don't know how many people will show up because it's not a mandatory training per se and it's early morning. But to be honest, even if it's just 2 people, I'm actually excited. I'm also a bit nervous because I guess I haven't taught Aikido for so long. I think it's been like 3 to 4 years since I last taught. But whenever I teach, I really want to do my best. I always try to make every class the best that I can. So let's see what's gonna happen. I was surprised to see more people than I expected, which made me even more nervous. I could feel that I haven't been teaching for years, something that used to be my bread and butter in the past. But after slowly getting into it, I finally started feeling my rhythm. I explained to everyone the importance of training not only static techniques, but also adding alive drills, where your partner gradually resists, letting you experience both success and failure. So one thing I want to implement here is what certain martial arts coach named Matt Thornton applies is alive drilling. Because often in martial arts, especially in Aikido, training looks like this. Okay, it's your turn. And I'm like, but when's the last time you saw stuff happen like that? Stuff is more active, more alive. So we want our brain to get used to that sense of aliveness. We worked on escaping grips and later applying an Aikido wrist lock called koregeshi while keeping things alive and playful. I then moved on to introduce another Aikido technique called sankyo, a move where you have to duck under the armpit of your partner and then wrist lock them by elevating and locking in the elbow and turning the wrist with a 2-on-1. Without me even noticing, the session passed by quickly. The session is over, I'm back in Warsaw, and while I had my doubts if I'll enjoy teaching Aikido again, I must say, I really enjoyed the experience. I guess I can best describe it by repeating what I said before. If it wasn't for Aikido, I wouldn't have experienced this incredible journey, and I wouldn't have met all these amazing people in KNX. While I don't think that this experience will bring me back to teaching Aikido full time, it definitely makes me reappreciate the experience of having learned Aikido again. If you're interested to learn why I nearly quit BJJ, click on this video right here. If you want to see my full functional Aikido session, click right here. Thank you for watching, and as always, I wish you to own your journey.